Yo, abusia mason for France kwani. And so you share more. Oh my God, about channel so OGB for short. Mr. Says, and any day can uti and so him. So like I say, and the right button can smash the subscribe button for us. OGB members across the globe and even non-OGB members. If you call yourself a Pan-Africanist, if you want to see a change in Africa and Ghana to be specific in this kind of situation, I will urge you to hit the subscribe button. On this channel, we bring you all the analysis that will blow your mind away. Sometimes we take inspiration. Sometimes it's a kind of correction. Sometimes we want to just let you know exactly what you should be know, because your level of freedom depends on the thing that you know. Listen, a lion will always be a lion, whether it's in Africa or whether it's in any part of the world, because character is what defines a person or who a creature is. If you see a snake, in this case, a venomous snake will always be a venomous snake, because that is how nature made it to be. Africa has been a punching bag recently for so many things. And today, I will do less talking and let others talk as well. Now, I'm here on behalf of an organization called Oman Ghana Bakum, OGB for short. Our central message is unity of purpose. Our mission is to seeking to unite all Ghanaians both home and abroad. At this juncture, I would like you to say this, that I recommend that you follow us via Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. May the Almighty God bless you. Now, let us focus on what we have for today. Too many people are talking, leaders pushing back. I watched a video, with, I think this was a president from DRC, which is the Democratic Republic of Congo. The president versus the French president, where he reprimanded the French president for some piece of comment that really shocked the man to his bones. Now, we're not here to go into that. Now, OGB has 3 pillars, which, these kind of things we highly, highly stand on. That is, we are non-political, we are not religious, and also non-ethnic group. Now, this man we're going to listen to is a Pan-Africanist. And actually, the good news was that he was sitting side by side with one of our very own, Kwesi Pratt, who is a social commentator. Almost everybody, from my age, really know who Kwesi Pratt is. I'm not here to talk about him, but I'm here to focus on something that I said today. I'm not here to do all the talking. I will let others do the talking. Now, we want to listen very carefully, because many times when I come here, I say this, that we need to be very smart. Now, in the military term, there's something called diversion. People can create noise somewhere, and then they are doing something underneath or somewhere that we don't know. Most of this brouhaha and all this hula balloons going on about, the Westings and whatever and whatnot, they are taking this and that. Look, with the issue of LGBT and stuff, something is cooking somewhere else. This brother actually is going to hit the nail on the head. He is going to give a very brief analysis, give us a history as well, and also show us where to go. And this is what OGB stands for. He is speaking the language of OGB. Now, we are not here to pin anybody against anybody. We are not any country where we hate but we need to spew the naked truth, because we are here to speak to issues, make argument, and also prescribe solution. And I think this brother has one. I need you to listen very carefully, because he's going to speak in a language you will understand, whether you're a Ghanaian or you're not a Ghanaian. I'll be right back once we listen to this, and then I will make the closing remarks. Thank you very much.
Good evening, comrades and friends. After Dexter, VJ, and the Kwesi have spoken, I don't think I have much to say. I have only one thing to say, and I'll say it at length. Who are we defending our sovereignty from? We are defending our sovereignty from the same people who robbed our sovereignty from us in the first place. Nobody else. In December 1884 to April, May 1885, they met in Berlin, in Germany. Representatives of the key European nations of the time, including representatives of the United States, which had just gained this independence in 1776, plus representatives of the Tsar in Russia. No African was present there. They met to take away our sovereignty, to take away the sovereignty of our motherland, Africa. We were one continent, one country. They divided our country, Africa, our motherland, Africa, into Bantustans, which they started calling countries, and we have continued to call countries. In that way, they took away our sovereignty. We fought back. We won some partial victories to regain our sovereignty. Again, who were we fighting for our sovereignty? We were fighting the same people who took it away. They were brutal in their war against our sovereignty. As Comrade Vijay indicated, they killed those who tried to advance the struggle to regain African sovereignty. They killed them. They overthrew Nkrumah. They killed Patrice Lumumba. We can also say they killed Samora Machel. They killed Chris Hani. They killed Amilcar Cabral. They killed Gaddafi. They killed Nasser. They killed all who tried to advance the struggle for African sovereignty. Today they are coming back. The same people telling us they want to set up military bases, they want to set up military offices to defend our sovereignty. Really? Our sovereignty? Definitely not our sovereignty. They are advancing something else. The same interest that made them turn us into Bantustans is what they are trying to advance and defend. They are defending American interests. They are defending French interests. They are defending British interests. They have never been there, even in the fight against colonialism. They are not there in our fight against neo-colonialism, because it was our fight against them. They can't fight against themselves. Since when did they commit suicide to be on our side against themselves? In this country, in South Africa, who was with us? Were they with us? We know the French history here. We know the British history here. We know the German history here. We know the American history here. They were against our sovereignty. Even here, we had to fight with them before even the Berlin Conference to defend our sovereignty. Our Zulu ancestors defeated them at the Battle of Insandlwana, defending our sovereignty. The Mau Mau War was about defending our sovereignty. In Zambia, in what is Zambia today, the Bantustan of Zambia today, our people, descendants of the Zulus here, who in Zambia are called the Ngonis, in 1897 to February 1898, they had to fight a war with Cecil Rhodes' army. They had to fight a war with Cecil Rhodes' army that comprised Africans and some Sikhs from India to defend their sovereignty, to defend their minerals. Today, the same descendants of the same people are telling us they are here to defend our sovereignty, to protect us from who? From who? The whole of Southern Africa is littered with mass graves. We have the Kasinga massacre. Even those who tried to free themselves from apartheid brutality to go to Zambia and wage a struggle there, they were followed there and killed by the same people, with the collaboration with the same people, with the participation of the same people who are today coming to tell us they're here to defend our sovereignty. Let's not deceive ourselves. Let's not allow ourselves to be deceived. What they are here to advance is their interest, economic interest, mainly to do with our minerals. They came here for minerals. They came here for wealth. And for that wealth, for those minerals, they were ready to kill. And indeed, they killed. They are still coming here to set up bases, to set up military offices, again for minerals. Wherever they have got mineral interests, they always take an army. They have defended their interests, they have advanced their interests with their armies. They are here again. And all the time, they find puppets to recruit from among our people. The slave hunters, many were Africans. They used to hunt their own fellow brothers and sisters for very few pieces of silver, sometimes just cloth. They have come again. They are putting puppets as presidents all over the Bantustan they have created in Africa. Puppets funded by the same mining corporations. Anglo-American today is still creating puppets. We know Anglo-American is an offspring of the British South African Company. That colonized my country, the so-called Bantustan, which I call my country, Zambia. The first colonizer of Zambia was Cecil Rhodes and his company. That was the first colonizer, not the British government. From 1891, 6 years after the Berlin Conference, to 1924, Zambia, the territory called Zambia today, the Bantustan called Zambia today, was ruled by Cecil Rhodes and his company, mining company. For 33 years, we were ruled by a mining company. Later on, that company of BSA, of Cecil Rhodes, was sold to Oppenheimer to become Anglo. Today, Anglo has got a foundation, the Brentes Foundation, that is funding puppets to become presidents of our countries, to become rulers of our countries. And the African people are being made to vote for them. They are funding puppets here in South Africa. They are funding puppets in Zimbabwe, in Zambia, in Malawi, in Tanzania, in Uganda, in Kenya. And who is at the head of this Anglo-American Corporation Foundation, the Brentes Foundation, with a chairperson? They have got another puppet, a former president of the great country, of the great Bantustan of Nigeria, Obasanjo. They are creating even foundations to establish new leaders. They want to pick them from a very early age. They take the best brains of our young people under the leadership programs, the Mandela Foundation, to train leaders under the Open Society and so on. Again, to advance their interests. But these are the same people who are coming to protect, to defend our sovereignty from who? From the Chinese? From the Russians? Is that possible? Are we threatened by the Chinese in terms of national sovereignty? Are we threatened by the Russians from in terms of national sovereignty? Who are they protecting us from? And they don't go where there are no minerals. Their focus is where there are strategic minerals. Today, their focus is on DRC, a country they have never given a peace. A Bantustan they have never given a peace. Since Leopold II set foot on that territory to take slaves, to take our ivory, to take our minerals, to take our timber, DRC has never known peace. Its sovereignty has been always and always threatened by the same people. The Belgians, the French, the Americans, and so on. Today, even the Israelis have joined. For what? Minerals. They don't care about the Congolese people. They are dying every day. With the arms the same people supply and manufacture. For how long? 500, 600 years. They have been doing the same thing to us. Are we going to let them continue to do so? It gets dark sometimes, but the morning comes. Our morning must come. Wherever there is a crucifixion, there must be a resurrection. Our resurrection must come. When you go to sleep, there is time to rise. Our time to rise has come. We have inspiration. We have Chrissy Hani. We have Joe Slovo. We have Amilcar Cabral. We have Patrice Lumumba. We have Nkrumah. We have Thomas Sankara. And many others to look up to for inspiration, for courage, for determination, and for the light to see where we are going. Thank you very much.
Right, fellows, you are warmly welcome back. You can visit our website. Now, put up our website before even I continue. Our website is www.omanganaback1.org. www.omanganaback1.org. And our sponsors today, we have two kinds of sponsors. And these are OGB Ride. Now, OGB Ride is a hailing new ad which has been created by Omanganaback to help ease this transportation burden on Ghanaians. When you take OGB Ride, the two things you're doing. Now, the price is simply affordable. Customer service, excellent. It's the most convenient, the most safe. If you're outside the country, you can pre-book for OGB Ride 60 days prior to your departure from your country of origin. That is where you are setting off and then getting to Ghana. You have your ride waiting for you right at the airport. The prices, like I said, is the most cheapest, the lowest fare of all. Don't worry about anything that's going on in Ghana in terms of, this transportation system that we call TNT. OGB does not follow all these things because we are doing this, number one, to create jobs for the youth. Two, 80% of all the proceeds that are going to come into the people taking into the ride will go into what? Community development. So when you take OGB Ride, you are creating a job for somebody and also helping to develop your own community. OGB is a non-governmental organization. It's a non-profit organization as well, okay? So we are there for all Ghanaians. That all Ghanaians must unite in this age with all the information, with all the technology, that it will only take Ghanaians and Ghanaians only to what? To help our country. Now, in conclusion, we have one more sponsor, which is Ghana Pan-African Teas. Now, put their website up. You can visit them at www.GhanaPanAfricanTeas.com. www.GhanaPanAfricanTeas.com. Ghana Pan-African Teas, you can get all the stuff that you want, where you can customize it. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of weather or what kind of geographical location you are located at. You can make things and customize it on your own and for you and you only. Ghana Pan-African Teas. The things that are there are simply affordable. Be blessed. Now, finally, the conclusion I want to draw with what our brother just said is very simple. It is time for us to awake. The only key that I will add to what he's saying is when we all come together. Until we all come together, until we all realize that we are one people fighting one common enemy, there's no way. So if I think otherwise, it will help the cause of the enemy. And that is what they are doing right now. So the question of this LGBT stuff, people are saying, oh, this will never happen in Africa. Look, listen to his statement. He said they are putting puppets. So sometimes you really don't understand why some countries will elect certain kind of leaders. There is something that is going on beneath that we don't know. Last time when I made a video, there was something that I said. I said that we have the dark world and then the deep world. See, things that are obscure are more dangerous than the things that are clear and things that are visible. Let me put it that way in plain language. Listen to this, brother. Gives me a goosebump. That Africa, we have a hell of a fight in our hand. But there's only one way, and one way only, that can help us to defeat the oppressor. And that is unity of purpose. Coming together. And this is what OGB stands for. At this point, I will let you to, go back and watch the video again. And let it sink in. Process it. Sometimes people listen and they don't do anything. Look, we listen to respond and we don't listen to understand. Now, when you listen without responding, it means that you actually did not listen. Because you understanding everything I'm saying here, it will be very hard for you because you don't know my intent or my next move or what I'm thinking or what made me say what I said. So, fellas, it's what you do after listening or hearing this. It's what matters most. And that is why OGB is calling for unity of purpose. Now, put our website one more time. www.omyganaback1.org. www.omyganaback1.org. Please just visit our website. Now you go there and register. Now, it is free of charge. You don't pay anything. Just register, read on our website, and you have any views, you have any ideas, bring it on board. Let us all unite. One of our songs, a very patriotic song, arise Ghana youth for your country. Your nation demands all your devotion. Let us all unite to uphold and make it great and strong. For we are all involved in building a robust and a strong Ghana, our motherland. This is OGB's mantra, and I believe that as a Pan-Africanist, you will fall in line, and together we all champion this cause. May the Almighty bless you and keep you. Let's go listen to our dear brother Ajite Annan, and after that, OGB will say goodbye to you. Thank you, and thank you very much.
Hi good people, so let me introduce to you the new app and service in town. It is the OGB Ride. If you're thinking a private car to any destination, OGB Ride is the new app. Well, for your comfort, for your security, now there are categories like the comfort ride, the taxi ride, and the luxury ride. Now you want to download the app today. Patronize made in Ghana. It is by the people, for the people. If you're thinking development and jobs for young people, OGB Ride is the thing. This is our own. So download the app today and you won't regret it.
OGB Ride.